Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope so that you all are fine. As you know that we are just learning about parts of speech, and we were talking about verbs nowadays. Verbs are very much important, and as I have told you earlier that we can't make any sentence without the use of verb. So verb is the actually backbone in a sentence. So we have discussed the use of verb according to different tenses, and today we are going to uh, take the use of verb. We are going to understand the use of verb according to the future tense. Future tense have four forms. As I have read in earlier that like every sentence, every tense, past and present, future tense also have four subtenses: future indefinite tense, future continuous tense, future perfect tense, and future perfect continuous tense. The simple future tense is used to refer to actions that will take place after the act of speaking or writing. So, students, when the future continuous tense is used to describe actions that will be ongoing in the future. You should know, students, that verb has different forms, and all English tenses except the simple present and the simple past are formed by putting together two or more components. These components always include a verb form, base, a base form, or the past form, or the past participle form, or present participle form. In addition, we can use the auxiliary verb will or any other auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are helping verbs actually, and they help to construct the tense. So auxiliary verbs that we use to form different tenses are forms of the verbs to be and to have. Be form verbs are you can say that am, are, is, was, were, all that are be form verbs. And have form verbs are has, have, had. The tense that auxiliary will tell you whether the whole verb is in the present, past, or future tense. Then look at the participle. If it is a past participle, the verb is in a perfect tense. Like, for example, if I said that I had studied for the exams, but I forgot everything when I started writing. The had studied showed that if we are using the past participle, then it will be a perfect tense. If it is a present participle, then the verb is in a continuous tense. Like I can say that I'm reading a really interesting book. So if there are multiple auxiliary verbs, then the verb is in a perfect continuous tense. The structure of the perfect continuous tense will be the subject, auxiliary verb, then has or have will be used, then auxiliary verb been will be used, and then the main verb, playing or looking in this way, and then the remaining part of the sentence. The first auxiliary has is the present. So we know that the whole tense is some kind of present. The participle attending is a present participle. So we know the whole tense must be in a continuous form. So the tense is either present continuous or present perfect continuous. The fact that there are multiple auxiliary verbs tells us that the tense is a in the present perfect continuous. So, students, you will learn the formation of the future tense also. that in future tense we will use auxiliary verb will or shall. So look at this. Future indefinite tense is used to describe a single act that is yet to take place. Like an example, different examples are given here. They will leave for London tomorrow. We are using auxiliary verb will here, and leave is the base verb here. The court will give its verdict on Thursday next. I shall see him next Monday. And you are looking that will or shall auxiliary verbs are used here, and we will put shall with the subject I and we, and with other subjects like he, she, it pronouns, I, we, sorry, not I, you, they, etc. We will put will over there. So students, future continuous tense, as you know that ing form or a participle form is used in these sentences, and will be and shall be used as a helping verb. Future continuous tense is used to describe an action as going on at some point in the future time. For example, she will be taking her lesson in music in the morning. So you can see over here the examples of will be, shall be, and first form of verb with ing, like participle form of verb. So students, here some examples are given, and you have to use the correct form of the verb in the bracket according to the future indefinite tense and future continuous tense. And this is your homework. You have to do it yourself. Now move towards the next one, tense, future perfect tense. Future perfect tense is used to describe an action that will be finished by certain future date. I shall have finished writing the novel by June next year. They will have left Pakistan before the end of the year. So will have will be used, or shall have will be used, and the third form of the verb will be used as verb, auxiliary verb and main verb. Next comes the future perfect continuous tense. Future perfect continuous tense is describe an action which has been going on continuously and has yet to be completed in the future. So look here that by the next month I shall have been working on this project for 10 years. You know, you can look here that an action has been going on but and will be end in some time in the future. So students, shall have been is or will have been will be used here as an helping verb and participle form of the verb. So you can easily practice, and you will now, I hope so that you have understand well that this is actually a very important important part of speech. Verb is very important part of speech, and how we can change the moods, how we can change the tenses, and the situations, whatever the situations we have to tell in a sentence, we have to change the verb, and with the help of auxiliary verb we will do this type of changes. So this is really a backbone in a sentence that make different type of changes. With time conjunction is also given here an example that present perfect tense is used instead of future perfect tense. Like I shall wait here until you have finished your work. So with future tense you will use the time conjunction, and you will use present perfect tense with future indefinite tense. Students, there are some type of voices, like verbs are used in different ways, and uh, voice is the form of the verb which shows whether the subject does something or something done to it. So these two voices in the English language, active voice and passive voice, and in detail according to the every tense we will read about it later on. So This is actually the verbs, the basic use of the verb. And definitely in our coming lectures you will learn that how you have to change different tenses in from active voice into passive voice. And you will learn the rules and regulations of this is a very long lecture. We will deliver on that, I will deliver on that, so you can understand each and every tense according to that. I hope so that you have learned about verbs a lot, and it is quite clear to you that in how many ways you can use the verb in different type of sentences and in different tenses. Okay, students, now take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.